having served on a standing committee that oversaw departments as well as the public accounts and Auditor General reports, I know that your time is pretty limited. So on top of doing public accounts, you're also looking at statutory officer reports. You're looking at bills and legislation and things like that. Having a separate committee allows it just to focus on the Auditor General's work and areas audit subject matter that the committee feels are important, and in particular follow-ups. You can't do follow-ups if your committee is doing all this other work. So this allows this new committee the breathing room to look at past audits and bring departmental officials in to have that conversation about where the recommendations are at. And on top of that as well, when you have a policy committee, you're talking to ministers and then sometimes you're talking to officials, whereas the Public Accounts Committee should really just talk to officials. So this way we ensure that happens. Yeah, this was important for us to have representation from the cabinet side. We, of course, don't have political parties on the Northwest Territories, and we wanted to ensure that the Public Accounts Committee was able to kind of capture that nonpartisan vibe that you get in a partisan legislature, because we still have differences of opinion, largely related to our roles in the legislature rather than our party colors. So this way we ensure that our recommendations have the weight of a minister's opinion there, so their cabinet colleagues take them as seriously as perhaps regular members do in our work. Oftentimes we will release reports or make recommendations, and the only thing we get back from the government is a response. And we're often critical of that response because it doesn't have, real urgency to solve the problems. And we feel like having a cabinet minister on Forge will make it easier to achieve that. And we have another cabinet minister as an alternate member as well. So it's, I think, going to be a good balance of that. And it also allows, keeps regular members, the non-government members, thinking of that as well, that we've got a cabinet member here, so we have to temper how we handle these audits to ensure fairness and balance. And that's what we want at the end of the day. We have a head start over most of the public accounts committees because we're nonpartisan. So the committee really does work as a unit, and that's how we form, that's how we do our work as MLAs, is through the standing committee structure. So this is just another committee that has a very particular mandate. So I think that we work really well together as a team. We prep questions from our research advisor, and then questions get distributed to members who want to ask them, and then members are free to ask their own questions as well. And we do in-camera hearings before we have a public hearing, because sometimes these matters are extremely technical, especially the financial audits. So this allows members to kind of ask or get the dummy's guide to public accounts out of the way before they have to go public. So it allows us to really make good use of our time and focus in on the stuff that we really need to ask and get better answers from officials and from auditors.